Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello, family. Thank you again for tuning in for another exciting episode. So, today I'm sharing my Moringa Coconut Brown rice recipe. Yes, ultra nutritious, tasty, and guess what? I served it with the classic red roast pepper ABOMU recipe, which I have covered, and I'll leave a link in the description box. Yeah, so you can familiarize yourself with the flavors. Now, the main ingredient, of course, today is moringa. Now, for centuries, moringa has been used for its medicinal properties and health benefits. It has antifungal, antiviral, antidepressants, and anti-inflammatory properties. Exactly. So this is a powerhouse that one should include in their diet as often as they can. Moringa in itself contains incredible vitamins such as vitamin C, B3, B2, vitamin B1, vitamin A. You will find things like calcium, potassium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc. Yes, so this is a superfood that I'd say one needs to keep in their kitchen. Best add to your stews, your salad, your soup. Exactly. Now, what I tend to do is I will use moringa for, let's say, for 2 weeks, and then I take a 6 weeks break and then do that again. Now, moringa does help one's body absorb iron. So if you're anemic or you suffer from sickle cell anemia, then obviously moringa should be your best friend. Now, before you do try any of these recipes, it is best to consult your doctor to just make sure that whatever medication you're on, it does not contradict with it. Yes, absolutely. And you might have an underlying illness that, consuming moringa might definitely not work for you. So even though it's healthy, it might just cause you more damage than good. So yes, please ensure that you do contact a health professional before you proceed with this. But anyway, I've got the in-house fresh dried moringa that you can purchase on buyindudu.com if you want to try this recipe and would have that sent to you the next day. So now let's start with the recipe. So to my clay pot, I'm melting my organic cold pressed coconut oil. And to that, I've added my sliced onions and a little bit of salt to taste. So I'm just going to fry this gently for about 3 to 4 minutes, just to allow that infusion to take place. The next ingredient is my red carrot. Now, I found this at my local grocer. But equally, you can use your normal orange carrot, not a problem. Now, red carrots are loaded with a compound called lycopene, which gives it its distinctive red color, which is similar to a tomato, and is a very powerful antioxidant, which of course is good for one's heart, the eyes, and generally it protects a body against free radicals. So yes, if you do see it, grab one or two and use it for this recipe. But equally, as I said, you can use the orange one. So here I've used my potato peeler, peeled the skins off, and here I've washed it and I'm dicing it because I will be adding this beauty to my onion that is sauteing. After mixing everything together until it's well combined, on the lowest setting possible, I'm just going to cover my clay pot with its lid and allow this to simmer just for about 5 minutes, just for that infusion to take place. It's all about infusion of flavors. Now, the next ingredient will be my in-house made Scotch bonnet flakes, which is fruity and spicy, and it pairs really well with this dish. Equally, you can also use our rose harissa, which would give it that floral flavor as well. So now this looks good, and it's time for me to add my brown rice, which I did wash once and soaked it in lukewarm water for about 15 minutes. So I've added that to the mixture, and I'm mixing everything together until it's well combined. Now do not worry, I'll leave the list of ingredients and measurements in the description box below, and also link it to the website by Ndudu.com. Now, for the coconut, I'm using M&S's coconut cream. Yes, this costs only about £1. Yes, and it's just the cream. So that just works, and it's just going to make it all nutty, coconutty. Yes. And you've got the sweetness of the onions, the sweetness of the carrots, obviously. And now you're getting that sweetness as well coming through from the coconut cream. Yum, 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 yum. So here, I think I have made sure that every part of that cream in that container has gone into this pot, and I'm mixing everything together until it's well combined. You can just tell that the flavors, you can see the infusion. You can see that from that white, it's going to that blush color, and it just gets deeper and deeper as one goes along. Now, if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you've particularly watched to this point, I do appreciate you a lot. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also activate your notifications to all. Naturally, my bay leaves do go in, and here I've got 3 cloves of garlic. Now, one thing I love about when I'm making this recipe is biting into that soft, beautiful whole garlic. It sort of changes the flavor, intensify that garlicky taste to the dish when you just break it in that dish. Try it whenever you're cooking your rice. Yes, it is incredible. Anyway, so I'm just checking for the color, and I can just see that infusion has taken place. Now at this point, you can taste for salt, and if it does require any extra salt, you can add your salt to taste, just as I did now. So I need the steam to cook this rice. So at this point, I've increased the heat setting to allow this to boil. And I did cover it with the clay pot's lid. After it boiling, it took about 4 minutes. I turned the heat to its lowest setting and then covered the clay pot with my foil. You can use your parchment paper, not a problem. And after 15 minutes of slow cooking, I had to check to make sure that it had more moisture or it was cooked. Because of course with brown rice, it can be a little bit al dente, yes, to it. And I like mine a little bit more on the softer side. So I checked, and I liked the fact that it was still moist and there was enough moisture to create that steam to cook this for another 15 minutes undisturbed. So yes, it's exactly what I did. And after the 15 minutes, took it out, and I loved how fluffy it was. It is at this point that I do add my dried moringa leaves. So of course the residual heat is just going to cook this through beautifully. Now the beauty about the clay pot is it maintains the heat that is in there for another 15 minutes. So at this point you can turn your heat off, and that residual heat will cook that moringa beautifully and still maintaining its vitamins, because that's what we need. We don't overcook anything. So that's the last thing that I do add to it. Look at that. So if I have to describe the flavor profile of this dish, bearing in mind that moringa has that sort of grassy flavor to it. So of course, you've got the carrots, the onions, and the coconut cream, which has made this sweeter. So it balances with that woody, grassy flavor of the moringa. And of course, the nuttiness of the brown rice. So this is definitely flavor in your mouth. And here I served this with the red roast pepper, or may I say my charred pepper ABOMU recipe. And I covered that in a previous video. I'll leave a link in the description box. Now I'll tell you something, it is an incredible combination. Yes, I mean, apart from the standard, plantain and, yam that one can use it for, try it with your rice and thank me later. Yes, now, if you do like what you see, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like the video, share with your family and friends. Do try the recipe and leave feedback. And if you have any questions as well, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments sections below. Here, I do have my avocado and onion salad that is tossed in this beautiful ginger dressing. I have covered this recipe before, so I'll leave a link in the description box so you can familiarize yourself with it. Now, if you do like my style of cooking, where like I love my natural flavors, natural ingredients, then you will definitely love my website, my online grocery shop, buyindudu.com, where you will find flavor-packed clay-smoked all-natural spice blends that are quite unique to Buy Ndudu, natural seasonings such as our ABOMU blend, which is made out of smoked shrimps. The heads and tails and parts are taken out, so it's just a pure shrimp that you are enjoying. You'd also find precassé, which is the Eden fruits, which has the sweet flavor that you can add to your dish. And we've got the locust beans, the fermented locust beans, that adds that umami flavor to your dish. You can also try our Kobe blend, yes, which is also mixed with some spices and herbs that just enhances your eating experience, or yes, your flavorful experience. You can also grab your traditional sauces that has been slow cooked in a clay pot for almost 5 days as well on our website. Now, you will find traditional African recipes on my blog, ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok as Ndudu by Fafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And on to my next recipe with you, kings and queens and beautiful people. Take care of yourself, be nice, be beautiful, and guess what? I love you for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Toodles, oodles, and oodles of love.